I don't know if the arch was based on Trump's approval ratings on everything, it would be an arch made for ants, as they say in Zoolander. Andrew, just walk us through, because this is just like
we have this conversation. It seems like once a week.
We've broken another barrier
where he slips down farther and farther, and I think to myself, it's not possible to go any lower than this.
And yet
here we are. He just is so unpopular. He is so unpopular, and his disapproval is massively spiking.
Massively. God bless.
You know, I see this as the end of Trump as a political force.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the end of Trumpism as sort of
that's right.
disease in our politics, but Trump himself is finished. I mean, he really has no base of support.
You don't turn this around.
Back from. I mean,
you don't turn this around.
No,
he could cure cancer tomorrow, and it'd be like, no.
I mean, think about where we were in terms of like MAGA enthusiasm in, say, 2016. It was at a fever pitch. You know, the whole base was riled up about Donald Trump. They loved him.
Right.
And now they sort of quietly avoid the conversation. They don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, when you've got Republican approval of Trump now it's at 68.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the ball game. It's done. It's done.
And I was having this conversation with some of my younger conservative buddies, and you know, there's this desire to believe that the Republican Party is somehow going to change out of this. Yeah. And that because his approval is slipping with Republicans, that there is some reform coming in the party, and I just don't believe it.
I had someone try to make the case to me that Ron DeSantis is definitely the future now.
I've heard it before.
Yeah,
really. I just don't buy it. You know, the functionally the National Party is still enabling Donald Trump.
That's right.
In Congress. And there is not an avenue for their party to change other than implosion.
Right. I think they have to have the full collapse before they can have any hope of a reset.
Right. And you know, Donald Trump is going to be a sort of an anchor around their neck for another 2-3 years.
Shit, man, we were running against Jimmy Carter until the late 1990s.
Right.
In the Republican
so what is
Party.
that? We got Donald Trump around the Republican Party's neck until 2050.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere in there.
It's really
I'll be on the lunar retirement home by then. But I mean, God Almighty.
No, you'll be in the cloud by that point.
I'll be in the cloud. Yes, I will be uploaded, majestic in the cloud.
That'll be maniacal, I'm sure.
God bless. Well, so let's get to some of the individual approval areas. And folks, just to show you how bad this is, all of these things should have been Trump's strengths.
Yeah. So just like leave foreign policy out for a second.
Yeah.
Inflation, jobs, immigration, and crime. Those are Donald Trump's bread and butter.
Oh, yeah.
He has been thriving and surviving on these issues for a decade, 12 yees.
Yep.
And now he's underwater on all of them. You know, he wasn't doing great on any of these. When you see this first data point when it was pulled, what is the? It doesn't say what the date of this.
These are
April. Oh, this is after inauguration, right after inauguration.
Yeah.
And these are the latest. So he wasn't doing amazing on these beforehand.
Right.
But those were his best issues. Right. Now they are detrimental to him. Now, foreign policy is a kind of a different story. MAGA doesn't care about foreign policy, really, aside from being isolationists and sort of sticking the finger in the eye of NATO. But he's fucked it up so bad that it's become a serious issue. You know, foreign policy is not a motivating issue for most voters, but it has become one because he has injected all this chaos into at the pump, essentially, because of his foreign policy.
I mean, I say this a lot. It's the unspinnable nature of gas prices and grocery prices.
Mm-hmm.
You can pretend you're a Trump loyalist till your dying day, but you can't pretend to yourself that you're not paying $4 a gallon for gas.
Yep. And you know, I'm going back to this conversation. I've been having a lot of conversations with my conservative friends. And one of the things I heard was, you know, he's doing this stuff because he's distracting from the fact that he didn't fulfill his campaign promises. What were those promises? They were golden age, they were mass deportations, and they were inflation, bringing down inflation.
Bringing down the prices of gas and groceries.
Right. Now, I think what really just sticks in my craw is like, we said for years and years to these people, like, he's not, this is all bullshit. Like, he's just lying.
Right. It's all a shit.
He is a dangerous liar, and he is leading you on, and none of the stuff, even if you like these things, even if you wanted mass deportations, all this comes with just an enormous amount of baggage and corruption. And they didn't believe that because they have ingested this narrative that Donald Trump is somehow targeted by the deep state. And, that's what they use as justification for voting for him, that he is some sort of persecuted individual and that he has all these great ideas and that Democrats didn't let him do it in the first term, which is madness. And now he has no guardrails. Donald Trump has no one limiting his power in Congress or in the White House. No one is saying no. And look at what you get.
Look, and I'd make an argument that once in a while, people look at DC and go, okay, this one party should not control everything. That's enough. And I think they made that argument in 2010. I think they made that argument in 2006. I think they made that argument in 1994, where all these blowout elections, it came down to you had essential one-party control in DC, and people were like, that'll do. No more. Quiet, piggy. We're done.
Basically. Except for a cohort of Republican boomers that are never going to leave Donald Trump. They're stuck with him forever.
The Facebook uncles, as I call them, are never leaving. They're the ones that are going to comment to the dying day that he's freeing the children from the deep state.
What are you going to do?